So hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this particular video, we're going to work on a particular existing project on Nextjs, and I want to show you how can you add more feature in an existing Nextjs project. Okay, so in this particular project, we have a blog. We can delete it, and admin can delete it. Admin has their own create blog page, or he can upload a particular blog, okay, and show all those listings. And you can go to this detail view as well, and you can also search it. So this is the thing that we have previously add on. But now we need to add something more. I want to show all the blogs that is based on my preference. Suppose I don't like fashion or science. I only want tutorial and web development framework blogs. I want to see all of those stuff. So based on my preference, I will fetch all my blogs based on my preference. So this is the logic that we're going to work on. So we need to work on our backend and frontend, both the cases for the Nextjs if you want to integrate this particular system or particular feature. So basically, the main stuff that we're going to work on is we'll have a user, and user will have some preferences. Okay, user will have some topics that he will prefer to read. Like I want to read all the blogs, like AI related blogs, like tutorial, and then education. I want this type of blogs to see in my newsfeed. Okay, here, and we need to match it with our like if I add here, you need to match it with our blog. Blog will have some tag, and based on this tag, okay, we're gonna filter all those out based on those tags. Those tags can be AI, ML, like education, technology, anything. This blog should be having a tons of tags, and based on tags, I'm gonna fetch all those things that matches with user topics that user selected. This is called the preference. User will have their preferences listing, and it should match with the blog tags. If that matches, we're gonna see our preferences blogs articles. Okay, so this is the most important stuff, and each individual user will have their own individual interested topics, and blog will have individual tags. Okay, so this is the main thing that we're going to work on in our backend. So in our backend, we need to work with it. So here I need to add one more field, which is interested topics. Interested topics or user preference topic. You can add any name here, interested topics or user preferred topics, any other thing, and it should be string and string array. We need to pass something. Okay, so interested topic is the most important one, and we need to work with our blog tags. So here under the category, we need to have tags, and that should be a string array. Okay, so these are the two fields that we're going to work on deeply. We're going to match all the blog tags that matches with our user preferences topics that user want to see. If that matches, then the user will see their own preferred blogs in the their newsfeed. So this is the most important stuff here. Okay, so first we need to make sure with the blog has all the tags that we need. So if we just save this thing, and here we need to work on it to write npx prisma generate, because we have added a new fields in our schema. We need to add this thing npx prisma generate, and it will take some time, and then we'll work on like to push this migration to the database, MongoDB database, npx prisma db push. Okay, so it will work just fine. So once you do that, and it is perfectly done. So this project is not for absolute beginner. You need to understand a little bit of Nextjs. So if you don't understand Nextjs, you have to watch my Nextjs playlist, where I talked about everything in full detail. Okay, so you need to work on. So npm run dev to run this server again. Next blog yj, and if we just run this thing, and here we have blog comment and user, and these are the test user, admin. One is admin, one is normal user. So we can also configure those as well. We have the comment section as well. We have the blogs, and as you can see, I have already added some tags here. As you can see, software engineering, web development, app development. Okay, so different kind of tags are there, fashion, modeling, this type of thing. So this will help you to understand how we're gonna categorize it, how we're gonna filter everything. So this is our backend setup. I have already added those things. So if I just go and add a create blog, by this time only the admin can create blog, but you can really modify it very easily. There is no need to do any other stuff. So if I go to admin, api/admin/add blog route, here you would just just remove everything. Now it is based on only admin and the users who have given the permissions to create a blog can do this, but you can remove this line and just create this blog by yourself. Okay, you can do it by normal user also create this. Okay, you can modify this as well. Like now if I just go into our here localhost 3000/blog/add blogs, here we need to make sure we have a mechanism UI so that we can add our tags here. We have an image URL, title, description, category, and all of this thing. So for that I have already saved something so that I can save some time for you, otherwise it will get really boring. Check out. So this is the UI we need to check. This is the simple React tag input. This is really useful and handy tips if you want to do it in the components, in the forms, in the add block form. Here we need to add this thing under the category, above the category we need to pass this thing where it holds HTML for tags, and as you can see it will hold only block tags, and it has a controller. Then you have to import it. As I'm using the React hook form, you need to import the controller, and you need to import React tags input library, and you need to install this tag React tag imports and import this CSS. Okay, so this is the simple stuff that you do, and you can just write name tags and the control that is coming from the use form so that you can control this field. And default value is empty, and the render it has different kind of fields, and it fields you can have multiple information like string, fashion, design, artificial intelligence, all of this step by step is a string array. You can map all these values like tags and you can print it out. Okay, and this thing React tag input, you just need to type text. It can be anything, and you're gonna as a prop you're gonna pass all the fields, and you can have a simple class element. So this is the thing, simple React tag input. If you go to the documentation you can understand it really. Just install it and just use their documentation and integrate it. This is very simple stuff. And now if I just run this, and you will see, I refresh this, and as you can see we have the tag input. Now if I write something I can see this. As you can see these are the tag inputs. So whatever I write and press enter, it will show you here. So this is the thing that I have done here. Whatever you are typing, it will be rendered here. So in the field it will hold all the array of string that you, in the value you can map all the tags and you can show all of them in the UI. So this is a good user experience, so that's why I have done it. So you can also do this by yourself, and you can add blogs however you like. Okay, so no problem with it. So our main stuff is not here. Our main stuff is how we can filter this out. Okay, so based on user preferences, we need to create our own preference. So how we can add all those preferences? First we need to show all the tags. So for that we need to create some page. We need to create a Next.js page to add preferences. So let me add this thing. So here in the app directory, in the blogs, here we can have something add preference, add blog preference. I think it will look better. Add blog preference, and here you can add page.jsx. RAFCE here, add blog preference page. This is add blog preference page. So if I just write add preference page, and class name text 3XL, text center and margin top of 12 and PY of 6 and text green 600. So if I go to add blog preference /blogs/add blog preference dash preference. So if we go see that, and as you can see, if I go to localhost 3000/blogs/add blog preference, you will see this blog preference page. Okay, this is the most important stuff. How are you gonna see all those blocks? So this is the server side component. So add blog preference page, this is a server side component, and we need to show all of our tags from the existing blogs. including all the blocks. So we need to get all the tags for each individual block. So we need to go to our backend, or you can use server action here that we are doing here. So here we're gonna fetch something, so we can copy something here. So if I copy this thing and you're gonna paste this out, so you're gonna fetch all the blocks tags. Okay, so this is the thing that we're gonna do, and here we can just remove everything. Here we're gonna use try catch block, so it would much better. So const blocks is equals to await prisma dot blocks dot find many. Here we need to find many because we want to fetch all the blocks. Okay, fetch all the blocks, and here we need to use select and tags to true. So in this way we're gonna get all the blocks. Okay, and we're gonna return the blocks, and we can write fetch blocks tags. We're gonna get all the block tags here, so it will give you all the block tags. So, and if there is some problem, then you're gonna console.log error. Okay, so always use try catch here in the server action. It would be a better approach. So here we're gonna fetch block tags. So here we're gonna fetch this, and we're gonna go inside this page, and here we're gonna call it. So const block, so here tags is equals to fetch block tags. Okay, and we need to use await and asynchronous. This is asynchronous page, this is a server page, so you can directly call your backend API call or your server action call to fetch all the block tags. And here we're gonna console.log tags here. Nice. Okay, so now we need to check it out. If we just refresh this, we need to get everything here. We are getting everything, like in the array of object we are getting the tags, only the tags. Okay, so this is the most important stuff. We need to get only the tags. If I say any other field like title to true, it will come with the tags and title. See, we have the title and the tag, and tag is an array of strings. See, fashion, woman's fashion, style, modeling, man's fashions. So these are individual tags. But if we have this same fashion multiple time, then it would be a big problem. So we need to make sure this is distinct. Just remove this. We need to get the distinct block tags. So how can we do this thing? This is very important. So here we're gonna write const all unique tags. We need to get all the unique tags, and for that we need to use a new data set, which is data structure, which is set data structure. So for that we need to use a new data structure, which is set data structure. Otherwise we'll have some problem if we have like UX design multiple time, it will not work. You have to be unique. So all this UX should be unique, and then we have AI, and then we have fashion. This tag should be unique. So, and we need to map all those things. So this is the most important stuff. So here we need to flatten this up. So here we have in the array, inside all this array there is another array of tags, and tags has multiple strings in an array. So inside array we have another array, so we need to flatten this up. This is the most important stuff. So how can we flatten this? So we can do blocks.flat map, and we're gonna go to each block, and we're gonna get block.tags. Okay, and if I just return this unique block, all unique tags. So if I just refresh it and see, okay, so if I just refresh it, you will see all the tags, and it is now flattened. We don't have array inside array, we just flattened it. So this is the reason why you use flattening. Suppose we have tags here inside one more array. We have like title, we have AI, we have ML, Okay, and then we have another array, and inside another array we have like A, then B, and then C. So inside array we have another array, so we need to make sure this is flattened so that we can get only one array instead of multiple array. Okay, so this is the most important stuff. So we need to get each individual array in just one array. We don't need this, we don't want this. Okay, we need one simple unique set of arrays where it contains all the tags. Okay, so that's why we have done this. We have to flatten everything, and as the block is an array itself, so we can do this. We can go to each individual blocks and it will flat every single block dot tags. Okay, so this is the most important stuff. But if you want to do it for one line of code, you can easily do this. So for that you need to write this spread new set data structure that we're going to use. And new set data structure, what you're going to do, you need to go to each blocks, and here you need to use flat map, and here you need to go each block, and you need to go block dot tags. We need to flatten all the tags because tags are inside, because whatever you see inside the tags is also an array, and blocks array is also an array. So in the block we have another array which is tags, so that's why the flattening is super important. And so this is the most important part in this particular project here. So if we just go there in the tag, this is an array, and this full list is an array, and inside that we have another array. So that is the reason we have just flattened everything, and we're gonna just put it inside the set data structure so that we can get the unique values. Okay, so all the unique values. So now if I just print this, all the unique tags, and just refresh this, and see it is working just fine. So just now we need to add one more thing. So if I want to show you that how it works, and here I need to edit some document, and here I need to add like style. Okay, this style is 2 times. I added this style 2 times, but you will not see this. If I just refresh this thing, you will not see this twice. See here, you will not see this twice. But if you don't do this thing, like just remove all the stuff. Okay, now you will see this style 2 times. See, you will see style 2 times. So that's the reason this is so much important. Okay, so you need to make sure you put all the values inside a set data structure and spread it. Now as you can see, there is all the unique values. Okay, so that is the most important thing that I wanted to talk about. So this is the way you can do this. You can find all the unique tags, and you need to just show it into the UI. So here as tags, you need to pass everything. So here you need to create a form. It should be add preference form .jsx, so that I can add our preferences. Okay, add preference form, and it should be it will have some interaction. So it should be client side. So use client is really important, and this will take some tags input, and we need to pass it from our add block page. Here we'll call our add preference form, and it will take tags as input. Beautiful. So it is working really nice. Add preference form, and it will take some tags. Okay, so here you need to add our UI. Now I already have the UI, so you can just copy this thing and you can see this. So I'm just copy and pasting everything. Here we have a button and a simple grid layout to show all those tags here. Okay, so here we're gonna see all those informations. So here tags dot length is greater than 0. Then we're gonna show tags dot map each individual tag, and we're gonna just return a div that will show us the tag. Okay, so this is the thing that we have passed from our add block preference page. As you can see, we got everything from our backend and passed everything. So let's check it out. So these are all the tags that we have seen here, selected topics, and when you click on this, the user preferences will be updated. So if I go to Xcali draw, so when you do that, the user preferences, user should update. User must update his preferences. So user must update his preferences. He will click on any of those blocks, click on this, and this should be his preferences blocks. Okay, then we can filter it out. So we need to click on this and add all those informations to our backend to update each individual user information, so that we can update each individual user preferences. So if I go to our backend, and here we need to work on this user model. So we have added interested topics. Now user's interested topic will have some array of information that the user want to see the blogs based on here. So these are all the blogs like tag, and we need to select whichever information based on which information I want to see my blogs. So here you will see all the blogs articles tag, and user need to identify which type of blogs he wants to see in his just newsfeed. Okay, so this is the thing where these interested topics work on. We need to update user preferences because each individual is different. One may like fashion, one may like web development, one may like blog article, one may like app development articles, so different kind of thing. So we need to select it out. So anyhow, so this is the most important stuff. So now we can just work on this and add preferences form. Here we need to work on. Okay, so you can add some styling here so that it look better in each div. Okay, we'll have our key of each individual indexes. We need to make sure we get all the indexes, because tags is an array of string. It will have, when you render it, it will have it individual indexes. And you can add like classes to it, like it will you use template string because you're gonna do it some dynamic operation here. So padding of 4, and then we have some border, and we have border 2 and rounded LG, and we can do text center, which will make it look good, and cursor to be pointer. And let me check how it looks now. It looks really nice, really modern, and you see we have a cursor. We can click on this, but when it is selected, it should be in a different color, so that's why I have to use it. And we need to select it. So first we need to get a selected tags and set selected tags. Okay, so this is the state we need. Use the state. So for this interaction, we need to make sure we make this add preference form use client, so to make it a client component. Okay, so because we're gonna do some interaction and click on it, and this is selected tags and set selected tags. So we need to put some data here. So here we need to, if it is selected tags dot includes this tag, then it should be different, then it should look different. Includes, then it should look different. It should be BG blue 500, BG blue 500, and text gray like 800. Okay, otherwise normal it should be text gray, let me add 400. Okay, it should be 200. So let me check it out. Okay, so we can do this, but we have to use this on click as well, on click operation here. So when I click on this, I need to get this individual tags. So we need to create a function to do that. Const handle selection, and it will take individual tag as an input. So here we're going to use handle selection, and it will, as a parameter, we need to pass each individual tag, and then it will set selected tags. You need to use previous, keep it previous, and here you need to spread it with the previous one. So keep previous as it is and add a new tag that the user have passed or clicked. So you need to spread the previous tags as well as new tag. You need to add the new tag, then you will have all the selected arrays. Okay, all the selected tags. So okay, selected tags dot include, it should be tag, not tags. So let's check it out. Okay, now it works really fine. When I click on this, it is active. We have selected all of this. When I click on save, it will be saved, and we to create our backend as well for this. This is very simple stuff. So what I did there, I just rendered all the tags that I have passed here as a props. Okay, and just to make it beautiful, and when user click on this, we need to click an on click event. When you click on this tag should be go inside this parameter, and we need to set the tags whatever the user selected. Keep everything previous whatever it is, and add individual tag whatever the tag the user selected, and keep everything as it is. So this is how it is immutable. So you keeping everything you have in the previous selected as an example, and add the new one. Okay, otherwise it will not work that well. So this is the new way how you need to understand. This is the reactive way how you can add a new information to an existing array. Okay, so that's why the spread operator is really useful here. Okay, so here you're gonna add new tag to selected arrays, and if I just console.log this selected tags, which if we want to print this thing, let's check it out. And if I just go into our console and just refresh it, at this moment we don't see anything. As you can see, selected tag is 0, but when I click on this is added, and another one is added, app development is added, front-end development. There are 4 elements, so you can add tons of stuff there. So this is the information that need to be passed to our backend. So this would be passed to our backend. So we need to call our backend when you click on this thing. So at this moment I'm not going to do this. I need to work on a little bit of backend here so that I can work on it. So make sure this thing should go into our backend. So we need to work on our backend now. So let's go into our API and go to admin, and here we need to create update preference. Okay, update preference for particular user. So we need to have dynamic user ID. We need to collect it anyhow, and then we're going to create route.js. So route.js, and so similar to update block, we need to get the particular ID. For updating the preference, we need to also do this. So we can only update the user information. So user preferences, as you can see in the, if I just look at Prisma ORM, so interested topics, users are already there. In our backend, the users already there. You need to update their preferences. You cannot add a new one. It should be update. Okay, so if I just go here, it would be similar to this. You can copy the update block and paste it here. Instead of this, I need to just get this. You can pass this session or anything. I don't think you need the role here. You can completely remove this thing. You don't need to have a role here, so you can completely remove this. Yeah, you can remove this one as well, and you can remove this one as well. Okay, so we don't need to work on this. This should be a put request, and it will get some params, and this param should be user ID, params dot user ID. So whatever the user ID we got, and here from the this should be coming from our client, and this should be selected tags. So selected tags will come from here at block preference form. This selected tags, okay, these selected tags will go from client to the backend side. So we need to just copy this thing and just paste it here. Okay, so this is the thing that we need to work on here. We can remove those things. We don't need those. So if I just try catch block, okay, so everything is properly done. Now here is our main logics. So first we need to get our current user info or preference, preferred tags or preferred topics. Okay, so how can we do that? Let current user is equals to current user should be this. So await prisma.user.find first, and here we're gonna write where id is equals to user id, that is passed in as a params here, and we don't need to use session here. And here current user information, and we only need his like interested topics. We don't need his name, email, password, or his any other information or any other stuff. We only need his interested topics. Okay, so this is the only field that we are interested in. Okay, so you're gonna get this information, and we're gonna merge it for each particular user. As you can see, we are using find first because for each individual user it should be different. Their test of interest is different. So we need to collect all his interested topics that he is interested in, and then we need to merge it, and then we need to merge his topics to current selected topics, whatever we have passed from our client side. So we need to merge our client side interested topics and merge his current interested topics. We need to merge this, so we can get let current topics. It should be like current user dot interested topics. So we just find the particular current user whose information or whose preference we want to update, and then we are fetching all those interested topics, or keep it empty array, and we need to merge it. So let all topics, now we need to get all the topics, which is should be like current topics, and we should merge it with our selected tags. Okay, so this is the most important step, current topics and selected tags. So merge everything that we have here in the current topics, whatever information that the user have, and we are getting their tags, and this is our current topic, the whatever the user already have in their own database, and add it with our selected tags that the user have selected from the UI. So we need to merge everything, and then we get all the topics. Okay, so this is the way that's why the spread operator is really important. Keep everything as it is and add the selected one as well. So after we add all those things, we need to update the user preferences. Now const update preference is equals to await prisma dot user dot update where id is equals to user id. This is where user id, and we need to pass data. Here should be interested topics. Topic should be all the topics. So we just updated our interested topic to all the topics, including the current topics and the selected topics, and then we need to set it inside our interested topic. Now it should be updated, and after that everything is updated, we need to just update this page, revalidate path. Okay, revalidate paths so that we can update our cache, okay, immediately into this page. And it should be add preference, blog. Okay, just copy and paste everything here. Okay, then the blog updated successfully. Whatever, you can update this thing later. This is simple text. And blog user preference, it should be user preference updated successfully. Okay, so now it should work just fine, this update preference. Now when we click on this button, now when we click, and now this works just fine, but when you click on this save preference button, it should get updated. So when you click on this button, on click, it should save user preference, save user preference, or update user preference. You can update, should be a better name, update user preference. Okay, so we need to create this function const update user preference, and this should be an asynchronous task. Okay, and we need to call our API here. So simple, just whatever I did here in the add blog for the submit, but we're gonna do this on button click, not on submit button, but simple button click. So we don't need to use this thing. So this is simple stuff that copied this thing and just paste it here. And this thing, when you click on this button, we don't need to just use this. Don't need to use submit here. Just on button click, it should work. Okay, and our API should be API slash admin slash update preference, preference. Okay, update preference. Let me check the text if it is working or not. There is no typo, and we need to use template string because we need to get the current user and user ID. So how can we get the current user ID? And this is very simple. Const session is equals to use session. So this is the client side session, how you can access it. For server side, it is you have to use await and get server sessions, but this is a client side session, so you can use sessions from the React, from the next auth React. It will work just fine. And from here we're gonna get current user ID. We can easily get that from session.data.user.id. You can get not only ID, his name or email or any other information, his role, whatever you like. But at this moment I need ID, so I'm just storing it current user ID and passed it here. So it will go to update preference, admin API slash admin slash update preference, update preference, and current user ID. So this is the way how you can update it. And make sure instead of post, this should be put request. And here you need to pass some data like selected tags. You're gonna pass the selected tags. So these are the key, and this is the value that I have passed. Okay, so you can remove this thing because this already works, we know. And this is for on button click, it showed update user preferences. Okay, user preferences, because each user wants to have a different taste. Some want software engineering topic, someone fashion topic, someone stylish topic, and based on those tags we're going to filter all the blogs in the home page, in the UI. Okay, so this is the important stuff that we want to do. So that is the important feature that we are building. And selected tags, this should go into our API routes here. This selected tags that we get from the request.json and the user ID as params. So these are the two information that we have passed here. And add blog preferences page here. So this is the two things. This thing we have passed in the body, and for updating the user we need to get the current user information that we collected from our use session. So we have passed all the information, and also we have to use this ID so that we can particularly update each individual user. So that is the most crucial part. You need to update each individual user preferences, not everyone's. And we don't need that. And you can also just get const router is equals to use router, and make sure it is coming from the next navigation. And after, you can also use toast after it is successfully done, and you can get the data.message. So after it is perfectly done, if the response is okay, we get the response.json. We're gonna get this information, and we're gonna get the message that user preference is updated successfully. And after it is successfully updated, I think it should look here. After it is successfully updated, we need to go to our router.push and we can go to our home page. Okay, so we should go to our slash localhost. You don't need to write localhost here, slash blogs. It should go to this page and it should work just fine. Okay, so let me check if it is actually working or not. Just refresh it, and I want to have like tutorial and front-end development and save preferences and go to network request. As you can see, it worked really fine without any issues. And if I just go into our preferences list, and this is the preferences list, and if I just refresh it, as you can see, before it was only 3 or 4. Now front-end development is added, the style is added, all of this stuff. Okay, so these are all the information. Now if I add one more stuff, like add preference blog, here we don't have web development or software engineering. So let's test it out and add those preferences. And if I just refresh it, and as you can see, software engineering and web development is added. So it is keeping everything as it is and adding a new one. So we need to work on our filtered data, because at this moment in this blogs page, we are just rendering every single information. So if I just go into blog slash this page, we are rendering everything. But we don't want this. We want a different kind of page. Suppose here in this applications, in the blogs, I want to have a new page like my preferred blogs. This page name should be my preferred blogs, and here we need to create this thing. We need to filter it out. Okay, so here we need to create this page, and this page should be similar to this page. You can just go to my blogs. It should be similar to this, and if I just go to my preferred blogs, RFCE, and here my preferred blogs, this server component by default. And what I want to render here is similar to this thing, this page. We have a div, and inside we're just gonna render everything. At this moment, I'm just fetching all the blocks here. So const all normal blocks. So fetch all the blocks, and here we need to use this thing. Here in the div, we need to just pass everything. Okay, preferred blocks. Here it should be my preferred blocks, and this should be text 3XL and font bold and text green like 500. It should look better. Okay, so now it is fetching everything. So if I just go to blog slash my preferred blogs, so my preferred blog slash my preferred, there is a typo, it should be different. It should be rename my preferred blog. Okay, so now it should work. We need to import the blog item. Okay, so it says my preferred blog, so we just updated it. So it says my preferred blog. This is the blog where I want to see my own interested blogs that I want to show. Okay, so like I don't want to see the fashion or any other tutorial, all those things. I want only the web development and sciencey stuffs. Okay, so we need to filter it out now. So for that, we need to go to our actions here, and here we need to filter everything here. So this is the final function that we need to work on. Fetch my preferred blogs. Okay, here I need to fetch my preferred blogs. So this is the most important stuff. So here we're gonna get const session is equals to await get server session, and here we're gonna use auth options. Here we must have to use auth options because we need to get this session anyhow. And here also you need to fetch the user preferred topics. We need to fetch the user preferred topic. Fetch user preferences topics. So for that we need to get let current user is equals to await prisma.user.find first, and where you need to write id is equals to session.user.id, like who is actually currently using this application. This should be coming from the session who is actually currently logged in at this user. We need to get his preferences, and we need to use select, and we need to only get his interested topics information. So we just get it information, we get his own topics, current user topics should be coming from the current user dot interested topics. Similarly, from the backend we need to get his own topics, and that matches with the blog tags. We need to match it. Now we need to match it with all blogs tags. Now we need to get the blogs here. So this is the most important stuff. So this is the thing that we want. We need to get it on the blogs.find many tags true, and here instead of tag true we need to work on something else. So you need to go to each blogs and find all the thing, and where this is the most important, we need to get all the blogs where tags has some that matches with current user topics. Like we need to fetch all the current user interested topics that he likes or his preferences, and we're going to filter all the blogs where tags is equals to current user topics. So it should be matched. Current user topics is actually similar type of tags. Like if we just see this interested topic, this data structure is similar to blog tag data structure. See, this should be matched. So that's how in the Prisma we need to use this thing. This tag has something that is similar to user preferences, or has every. If you use has every, it will not work because you need to match every single tag with user interested topic. But normally this doesn't work in real life. It should be some. If you match something like ML, AI, artificial intelligence, and programming, these are related, but fashion, modeling, men's fashion, those are not related. So you shouldn't get everything that matches with your current preferences topic. That would be matched with our blog current all the blogs tags that matches with your current user topics, user preferred topics. If you just write it preferred topics, this should be better. Interested, just fetch all the user interested topics that matches with our blog tags. Now if I just return this thing and return all the blogs, okay, so now it should work, and this function name is fetch preferred blogs. And in my preferred blogs here I'm gonna just fetch preferred blogs. Okay, and here I'm gonna console.log blogs, and you're gonna write blogs. And this is the thing, you can name it preferred blogs, but we just get this out. So we see tutorial, all of this thing. So now I need to remove this tutorial from this, as I have logged in as this account, and I need to remove this tutorial. And if we just remove this, update it and refresh it, and just refresh it, see, it's gone. So it is working really fine. Now after the preference is updated, I need to just update my code a little bit, add blog preferences, and it should go into, instead of it should go to my preferred blogs, blog slash my preferred blog. Okay, my preferred blogs. my dash preferred slash blogs. Okay, so now we need to update it. So add blog preference. Now we need to add a blog preference of, now currently I have interested topic of everything, but I don't have the tutorial. So we can add the tutorial, we can get the fashion, we can get the man's fashion and add this thing. And now we see tutorial, so it works and revalidate the caches properly. But if I just go and log out and just go into our auth/login page, and here we're going to register a new user, and here I'm going to use prince@gmail.com. This is the prince@gmail.com, and here I need to use this. Okay, and I log in as prince@gmail.com with the password. This user should be different, and a new user, we have a new user. It works really fine, but he doesn't have any interested topics, so I need to update his blog/add blog preferences. But at this moment, if I go to blog/my preferred blogs, I don't see anything because I don't have any interested topics. I need to add some interested topic. Add blog. You can add a update preference system here. I'm using web development, software engineering, app development, frontend, and this other stuff, and save my preferences. And see, I can see this blog. It looks beautiful, and even I can update all of this stuff. But if I just update it again, add blog preference, I want to add blog, I want to write tutorial, then if I just save it again, I see the tutorial, and this works really fine. Okay, so based on those, if the admin posts tons of posts here, you'll see all these filtered blogs that he likes. And if I add again, and here I'm gonna add modeling, technology, fashion, and women's fashions, writing style, everything here. And see, I see almost all the blogs here. So it works really fine. And also my preference updated. So if I see, as you can see, my preferences got updated. One simple project, you understand the tons of things. How you can update the schema, and how you can work with existing projects and add a new feature step by step, one after one another. So this will make your project much better applications, and you can work on new project again and again, and existing project again and again, and add a feature on top of it, so you'll get a full understanding of it. So I think you will understand everything in this particular video. So till then, take care, bye bye. I'll see you in the next video with more awesome and beautiful amazing content in the near future. So till then, take care, bye bye.